the direction. So what is what do you need then to make it happen? Is that you need these services, of course, but you can't arrange the services for sedentary in the same way that you do it for the already active people. You need to take, of course, in consideration the different health aspects, functional capacities. Also, this equity thing of income, ethnic background. And important thing is to provide the facilities. Neighborhood facilities approach was something that was in core doing these things in Turku, so that you don't necessarily have to go somewhere, but you can easily access the places almost from your own doorstep. And of course, you can organize whatever. You can have really fine services and facilities, but if people don't know about them, so you need to have wide information and communication are vital in this. And also you need to have this physical activity counseling for the people who have maybe never done so much physical activity or are starting over again after 20 years old or so. Again, very simple things, but then you need to have this whole picture in your mind that, yeah, when you organize the services, you also need to take in consideration the facilities, communication, and this counseling. So you need to have all the aspects in your mind all the time. And this requires dedicated people in the city, leadership, management, and also these fire souls that are pushing through the hard stone every now and then. In Turku and in this book, we were then, after something 10, 15 years, then looking back at what were the factors for the success. So identifying these steps through which the process was going on in Turku. There are different models for this. I know in these types of applications there are 3 or 4 steps which are more or less similar, and I think there is no one model, but starting to develop or developing physical activity, I think it's useful to take a look what others have already invented, so not to invent the wheel again. I just mentioned 2 current examples still from Turku, which are going on right now. This power action, is something that is going on for young people from this 13, 19 years old, and then the other one is for elderly people, where these aspects still are in line after 20 years of developing the things. Power action has the aspect of equity. It offers a weekly curriculum of physical activity possibilities for all school children from 13 to 19 years old. So everybody can get this access card from their physical activity teacher at school. So it doesn't depend on your income or anything. They are offered free. The program is offered free of charge. There is a different variety of possibilities for different types of sports. It has this branding, power action, so you don't need to go to the city of Turku sports services center department and then somewhere website to find the activities. But if you have heard this power action, so you can find the facilities. It helps the communication, and also the communication is very much going through via the young people themselves. So that has been the most effective way of communicating. And also it is a training program for the physical activity teachers. They are the ones who need to market it, and that has been maybe one of the challenges, that getting a message through to the physical activity teachers that yes, this is a possibility also to those who are not so interested, but they can just go and try and not to be committed to a sports association, but they can go there once thinking, this is not for me, or then they can really get enthusiastic. The top story is that a girl went to this taekwondo just to try. She had never, I don't know if never had, but not been doing this taekwondo, and now she's the young people's European championship. So one top story coming from this operative that in the city. The other example having the similar kind of approach is gym at home, where the most visible part is that there are in local TV, there are these programs for these elderly people doing 5-10 minutes easy physical activity, what everybody can do. They are very popular, but it's not the TV program that is in the core. There is a training for the social and welfare administration people on encouraging the elderly people to do physical activity. There are different leaflets and other aspects include into the whole concept. So I think my message here is that you really need to have this kind of concept based and having these all these aspects when you start to build these new things at the city level. And of course, in both of these, there are also in Finnish case there is support from the different national programs of what are going on. Finally, I have a few slides on how the linkages between the healthy cities and these active cities approaches and all these different networks could be done, or there is at least there are lots of possibilities how the cooperation would be even stronger. And I think the time is ready to do something more together, because as I said, the history in WHO is quite short. There is a lot of scientific evidence, and the scientific world has been cooperating for many years on this physical activity. Many things are happening at the local level. There are national and global programs. So I think there is a need for wider discussion than before. This is something that where I have been involved the recent years, which is not the whole world, of course. So in Healthy Cities, we had this task force of cities working together. The Healthy Cities and my organization has been working with TAFISA on developing what we will be hearing later, this AAAC program. Also there are, within WHO, there are linkages to this HEPA network, which can be even strengthened. And of course there are lots of other networks. So this is a small illustration of that. In the core, we all have the same goal. We need to increase the physical activity of those who do not do enough, the sedentary people. Well, I'm saying here at the local level because people live at the local level and for better health. So there is this HEPA approach, which is more this scientific healthy cities, which is this municipal local level point of view, TAFISA, sport for all. So I think that there are approaches, tools and methods. So how can we build the networks better? I don't say that everything needs to be put in one package. I think that's, of course, that's not possible, because all the networks have their individual targets and all approaches and priorities. But I think the more visibility and more systematic distribution of what is happening already in the other networks is needed. Communication, cooperation between the networks. And I think these linkages are needed between, I'm now talking more about the European scope between East and West and North and South, but also there are these global national levels, case study development. So I think there is a possibility to take a new step or go into a new stage in this cooperation. I don't have a solution. The next slide is not how to do it, so I think we still need a few years to develop, but I think all of us who work on this field should have this in mind, that how can we anyway, even taking smaller steps, can promote this cooperation and exchange of the experiences. There is no single recipe for that, and I think it's not something that we can do today. But anyway, our goals are common, so I really think that together we can do more. And now I step out of the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Heini, just in time, so compliments on this side. It was a very informative and inspiring presentation, and I believe you are one of the most well-known ambassadors of this process of healthy cities. Once again, my compliments. Are there any questions? We have some time for that.
Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Mogens Kirkeby. I understand the concept of this city framework to